Today's sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. We're not... The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Missouri Tiger, their rookie quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now the Central Florida product, it's I.J. And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So now the Chiefs go on offense in great starting field position. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though. They trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll go with a keeper. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This is Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Smart. Throwing middle, and it's complete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Back to throw. Smart. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line.
That's good.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That is first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
That's taken in by Franklin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Operating from the gun. Smart. He'll try to do it himself. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Looking to throw. Smart. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do now. The key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. KC's offense ready to take over. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Machado. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 94 yards and a score.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
And it's throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Again, it's Harvey. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. So naturally, they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Now a play fake here on first down. is all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Delgado. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Machado. And that is incomplete.
The Chiefs had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
It's a quarterback sneak.
And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
City Chiefs first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake. Machado. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun, Machado. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Machado. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Shifts by him.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Smart.
He'll swing this out to Harvey.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down. Smart. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
His throw incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
He gets this into the hands of Harvey.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt.
And he couldn't get it to check off. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
2nd down and inches.
Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. A gain of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Machado.
Now he's going to step up and run.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Machado. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 14. And he's going to have the hook up with Sutton. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
from the gun on third down. Smart. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
15 yards on the play.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll look to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
At the 43-yard line. 2 yards.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now.
As he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
A short throw there to Strange.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 8.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Back to throw now on first down.
Down inside the 10. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. The first month of the season has come and gone. Some early surprises, some early disappointments as well. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now.
Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Oh, what a move. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
We're paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks. I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2.
Now Williams trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. John Franklin Myers able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Broncos. 1st down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Smart. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels? I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Looking to throw. Machado. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Machado. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Machado. That's to his running back. Complete. Well, they needed 2. They can only get 1. 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2nd and 9 now.
That'll be complete to Harvey.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Smart. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
4 yards. That's another Broncos 1st down.
Off-play action. Smart.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Zone read to give to Harvey.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They run with Hines. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run straight ahead with Harvey.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. From the gun on 3rd down. Smart. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Courtland Sutton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Broncos might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And Courtland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And now here comes Kansas City.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Operating from the gun, Machado. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Delgado. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Machado.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
From the gun on 3rd down. Machado.
And he is caught. He finds Royals.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28.
The rookie from Florida State on target with that throw. His guys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
10 more there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd and 4. And he is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
First down.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Machado. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Onto the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Denver's offense now set to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He finds his man, complete. It's Harvey.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a second down and 9.
1 yard gain.
Looking to throw. Smart. He finds his man, complete. It's Harvey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Broncos.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed.
Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
KC's offense ready to take over. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Throwing to start the drive. Machado. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Machado. Under pressure, they got him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
He needs better. And he's going to go down again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. And coming out now, the Broncos. Well, they can thank their defense for another stop. And now, look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
Looking to throw. Smart. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the gun on 3rd down. Smart. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw. Machado got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And the Kansas City Chiefs
looking to throw. Machado.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw. Machado. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Complete to number 80. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
A short throw there to Strange.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
This is 2nd and
8. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Broncos' 46-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
Operating from the gun. Machado. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Danny Gray.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And he makes the score 21-10.
Chiefs 10.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync.
So for Denver, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.